Hey everyone! Today in class we are still concentrating on finding the whole part, in other words converting fractions. And these fractions we are working with are improper fractions, so that we can determine the whole part, the whole number. Let's tackle a slightly more complicated task today, and we'll do it in two different ways. I will demonstrate to you precisely two methods, because you have the option to choose any of these methods, but you will consistently arrive at the same answer every time. And which way to choose is already up to you. That's your decision. So whatever works best for you, whatever makes you comfortable. All right, let's move on to the next fraction. Your task is to convert the upcoming fraction into a mixed number by following the required steps and calculations. 3224, you see the numbers are already getting more complicated. They're getting bigger. It's harder to work with them. However, it is common knowledge that in order to find the whole part, I need to divide 32 by 24. Therefore, the question is, what is the quotient or result of this division? I conclude with a total of 1 whole unit and an additional 8 remaining after all calculations and deductions have been made. And then I convert an improper fraction to a mixed number. Therefore, we can represent
32/24 equivalent to 1/8/24.
Well, you can leave it as it is, I suppose. However, in mathematics, it is not customary to leave an irreducible fraction unchanged or in its original form. In order to ensure that the fraction is in its irreducible form, what specific actions do I need to take? I want to make sure I follow the correct procedure. I have to check it out, leave the one behind, and examine this number, this fraction, to fully understand its significance and implications. The numbers 8 and 24 need to be shortened. They have a common divisor, which is 8. So we must make them shorter by dividing both numbers by 8. So I divide both the numerator and the denominator by 8. And I ultimately end up with 1 whole and 1/3. And this will be our designated response to address the specific circumstances that have been presented. You see, what a beautiful response.
1/8/24. 1 and 1/3.
But I told you that I'll show you another way, and this is the way I do it. So 32. The value is 24, not the number 24. To commence, I will simplify the fraction 32. Thus, by dividing 32 by 8 and 24 by 8, I obtain the quotients 4 and 3 respectively. Subsequently, I confidently divide 4 by 3. It is evident how small the numbers are, which makes the process of division extremely convenient. This is precisely why I highly recommend utilizing the second method. Consequently, I obtain 1 whole number and a remainder of 1. This approach proves to be efficient and yields accurate results. Therefore, I urge you to consider employing the second method for simplifying fractions, as it simplifies the process and ensures precise outcomes. Hence, the value of 4/3 is equal to 1 whole and 1/3 when added together, making a total of 1 and 1/3. We acquired the precise and identical answer. As a result, you have the flexibility to utilize either the first case or the second case, depending on your preference and requirements. And as a consequence, you will still ultimately arrive at the identical mixed number that you started with in the first place. Next class, we'll cover 2 more examples of converting to a mixed number. That's all for today. Goodbye, until we meet again.